Hey guys, welcome to a quick review of Real Housewives of Potomac. This season is really good so far. Ashley has her baby. The baby is so adorable. Seeing the baby interact with Dean, like that scene was so cute. I'm usually not here for Michael. I'm gonna be real. I'm not really here for their relationship. But to see Michael and his two sons interact and him introducing Dean to the new baby and the way Dean was kissing and hugging on the baby was just so adorable and so sweet. Uh, I really want to root for them, but Michael, oh my gosh, Michael, oh my gosh. But those kids are precious and adorable, and I wish them all the best. Like, so cute. So, what happened this episode? Giselle introduces the Eddie and Wendy rumors, right? Eddie allegedly cheated on Wendy. He fathered this outside baby. He cheated with a white lady. I believe it's supposed to be someone that he works with. All About the Tea is the person that released this information, and I'm gonna be honest with you, given everything that sort of has come to light about that blogger, I'm taking it with a grain of salt. I do feel like if he did have a child, I mean, Real Housewives of Potomac and the Real House franchise, it's really huge, right? It's a huge show. And I do feel like we would have heard something about it, right? Who knows? I mean, am I gonna be like, no way can a man cheat? That's absolutely ridiculous. Am I gonna be like that? No. But am I gonna be quick to believe it? Not yet, right? I'm gonna have to see how things play out. And here's the thing with Giselle, right? If Giselle is just introducing what has been talked about on the blogs, is Giselle messy? Yes, but we know what this show is about. We know how they work. So at the end of the day, she's messy, but I don't really think she's doing anything super crazy, right? But on the other hand, the line is so fine because it could easily been like, Giselle, did you go to the blogs, right? Did you go to All About the Tea and whoever and spread this information yourself, right? Because that's what they're kind of saying, which I don't necessarily believe, but like I said, am I gonna be surprised? No, because we know these housewives, they go to the blogs and they leak information, right? The producers, they leak information. So it is really messy, but I'm going to give Giselle the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to say this information is out there independently of her. So if she's going to bring it on the show, fine, right? Because, I mean, we have to talk about it, right? And in Giselle's defense, she did kind of try to backtrack it a little bit by saying, I don't necessarily believe this. I don't believe what Twitter and the blogs are saying, right? But she brought it up because Wendy has been acting a little extra lately with her body, showcasing her plastic surgeries. I remember I used a thumbnail of her and my video got taken down. And I don't feel like, I can't even remember what the thumbnail was, right? I think maybe it was her when it was her party, right? The first episode, and she was wearing that dress and she was introducing happiness, and I used that as a thumbnail, and the YouTube took down the video. So, Wendy, you're doing too much. You got my video taken down. Yeah, so Wendy has been, flaunting her stuff, and the other ladies are kind of confused by that, right? Because last season, she was all about her degrees, and this season, F her degrees, it's all about her body and her candles, right? And did I say Giselle was talking to Ashley? No, I didn't. Giselle was talking to Ashley, and Ashley was saying the same thing. Um, does that mean is Wendy doing all this because her husband is cheating on her? Maybe that could be a reason, or it could also be that she got this surgery, she's feeling herself, so she wants to kind of show it off, I guess. I don't really know. Am I annoyed by it? A little bit. She wasn't too bad this episode, right? But I do feel like she does a little too much. I also feel like she's being very hypocritical when it comes to Mia and her surgery. Like her surgeries, you want to be very judgmental about Mia, but then when it comes to yourself, you want to show off your body, right? You want to be all about your 4 degrees and all that stuff and shove it down people's throat, and then now you like it's okay, but it's the inconsistencies with Wendy's, right? That throws me off a little bit. But I'm not mad at it. She just got it done. She wants to show it off, whatever. She wants to change up her style. I mean, it happens all the time. I mean, none of the other ladies are really bringing the fashions like that. So if Wendy wants to be the fashion girl, let her be the fashion girl. It is what it is. But I'm not gonna say she's doing all that because her husband's cheating on her. Now, like I said, we're gonna wait till how everything plays out, and then judging by her reaction, I will make my own judgment, right? So, moving on from that, what else happened this episode? What else happened this episode? Mia. Mia meets with Giselle and Robin, right? And Mia also had a picnic with her husband and her kids, right? And we hear a lot about her childhood, and wow, she has definitely been through a lot. It just seems like every episode we're learning more and more, right? And it was kind of bad enough the first episode, the second episode, the third episode, but now it's like, wow, she really went through it, and I feel like there's more stuff we're gonna find out about her. And I don't know. It's not a I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know on whether or not. Do I like Mia? I do. I think she's a good addition to the show, whether I like her or not. I I don't want to say I enjoy hearing her story, right? Or saying, well, she has something to bring to the table, right? Because unfortunately, she has had tragedy in her life. And for me to say it's entertaining, it makes good reality TV, it doesn't feel quite right. But I'll just say it, she is bringing something to the show. She does have a story, and I am interested in hearing more. I am also interested in the relationship with her mother and how that is gonna play out, right? Um, they just started to build that relationship, and I don't know how Mia's mother is going to react to cameras being there, right? Because it's not just a private conversation. Like, it would be hard enough to deal with the consequences of your actions when you're just speaking with your own daughter. But now you're not just having the conversation with your daughter, you're having the conversation with millions of people. Well, I don't think the ratings are that high, right? But you're having this conversation on national television, and you're now going to have a bunch of people you don't know judge you. And that, I can only imagine how difficult that may be. But at the end of the day, I mean, it is what it is. Mia's on that show. She's talking about her mother anyway, so her mother might as well just come on the show, have that conversation, show remorse, apologize, and yes, the audience may, not like you, but if I do feel like if you are showing that you're making that change and you're trying to improve, that eventually the audience will turn around. So, it's not just about the audience, it's about the relationship. So we'll see how that works out. What else happened this episode? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to really think. okay, Wendy. Wendy and Eddie, they talk about Wendy and her candles. I don't know if this scene is fake. It's coming off a little fake to me because Wendy, Dr. Wendy, and your 4 degrees, which is awesome and amazing. You're a professor, you're a commentator on television. I'm just not buying that you didn't know you had to trademark the name of your business. Like, I'm not that smart, right? I don't have 4 degrees, I have 1 degree. And even I know that I don't have any businesses, so I'm not the one to talk. But even I know that, especially if you're at a certain level, you need to trademark your crap. Like, you didn't even search, you didn't even Google if anybody else had this business name, right? Like, what would happen? I mean, she already has the product, but what if someone then comes around and saying, hey, you stole my name, and then sues you? And it seems like you don't even have the funds to really get this off the ground to begin with. I just don't buy it. And then on top of that, you're married to a lawyer, right? A lawyer. A lawyer is supposed to know all this stuff, right? And you're telling me that you guys didn't sit down and have this conversation when you talked to your husband and said you wanted to start a home line and you're releasing candles. He didn't say, hey, you need to trademark this name. That conversation didn't come up. Like, that's not believable to me. And her playing, oh, I didn't know. I didn't, like, come, you guys are smart. Like, stop now. That's why I'm not believing the scene. It's just coming off hella fake to me. But it was entertaining, I guess. A little bit. It was. So kudos to you. But if you're gonna fake scenes, can you make it a bit believable? Especially if you go around bragging how smart you are. You can't do dumb crap like this, right? And even earlier in the season or a couple of episodes ago, you met with Karen. Like, come on, you already talked about this, so why are you acting like you don't know what to do? It's just weird to me. And I said it before, I mean, listen, I guess you have this platform. We live in a capitalistic society, so of course you're gonna peddle some crap. I'm sorry. I mean, if you are gonna peddle some crap, at least something, come up with something a little bit more creative. I don't know. Something different. Challenge yourself a little bit. Like a candle? Really? But whatever, good luck to her. I mean, she could make it, right? Who knows, right? Because you do have this platform, right? So free advertising, I guess. Next. Okay, so Candace invites all these ladies somewhere in some place for a girls' trip. You know, they take a party bus, they have a stripper pole, yada yada yada. They have fun, I guess. Woohoo for them. I don't know. Woohoo, it was great. Fast forward, they get to the house. I did think it was kind of shady of Candace, right, to put Wendy in the house, or the house with Karen, Ascala, and whatever, right? And then the main house is Candace, Giselle, Mia, and Robin. Because I thought, Candace, hello, I thought that, you know, Wendy is your BFF, right? Like, why are you putting Mia there and not Wendy? Like, Wendy gets along with Giselle and Robin. You could tell on Wendy's face she wasn't having it. Like, Candace came over to her and sitting on her lap, and Wendy's just giving her. Wendy's not even looking at her. Wendy's face is just still, and she's staring right ahead, because that was shady, right? And I mean, Candace even said it, well, like, you're buddying up with Karen so you could stay with her. I think they had some sort of disagreement about it off camera, right? Because everybody is like, why is Wendy buddying up with Karen? Karen was so rude to her last season. Karen didn't even want her on the show. And I guess, I mean, people are saying that the ladies try to ice Karen out. Maybe, but to be honest, I feel like Karen has brought it upon herself. You know, she put herself in that position, if I'm going to be honest, in my opinion. But what I will say about Karen, what I do like about her, she knows how to play the game, right? And she's not taking anything personally. She's doing her best to move forward with the ladies. That's what I like about Karen, right? Despite everything, she can move forward. And it's just like, it just doesn't make sense to really ice anybody out, especially if they didn't really do something that bad to you. Now I can understand Candace not effing with Karen. I really can. But the other ladies, I mean, Giselle, you were terrible to Karen, right? You guys are terrible to each other. So for you to be super offended by Karen or not want to film with Karen, I think it's ridiculous. Robin, I mean, what did Karen do to you? Now, Karen may make comments here and there, but so have you. You've made comments about her. So I don't think that Karen has done anything warranted where you don't want to speak to her anymore. As for Robin, Wendy, I mean, listen, they had their back and forth, but it's not that deep, right? So there's no point to hold on to things. It's very important with these shows that these ladies forgive and move on, because we don't want to watch 12, 20 episodes of the same thing we saw last season. We don't. We don't. So let's move on. So they get to the house, and of course Giselle and Karen, they get into it again, right? Basically, Karen wants an apology and Giselle wants an apology. And at this point, I think they just need to move on. They do, but of course they're going to keep having this argument because it's a scene, especially with Giselle. It's a scene. So they're going to continue to have this conflict. Karen is full of crap, right? Giselle did not wish death on Ray. She didn't. Now, did Giselle say something shady about Ray? Yeah, she was shady, but Ray was shady with her. And this happened four seasons ago, right? Like, if it was such an issue, you would have said something. So it just feels like Karen is just picking a random thing to be pissed at Giselle about, and I just don't understand, because Karen, hello, there's so many things you could have brought up about Giselle, right? Like, if Karen wanted to bring up the t-shirt that Giselle made about her husband's tax issues, right? I would be like, okay, that's kind of late, but I can totally understand why you would still be pissed about that. But for her to say that she wished death on Ray is absolutely ridiculous to me. You guys just don't like each other. It is what it is. I mean, I don't think any of them are gonna apologize. They're not gonna apologize to each other, right? Because yes, Giselle was terrible to Karen, but Karen, hello, last reunion, you got your revenge. You destroyed Giselle. Giselle could not say anything. She was just sitting in a chair, completely quiet. Like, you got her. She's not going to apologize to you after that reunion. It's not gonna happen, right? You were technically the last person to do something shitty to her, so she's not gonna apologize, right? And not that I think that Karen needs to apologize to Giselle either, because Giselle was absolutely terrible to Karen when she was losing both her parents. Like, she was absolutely terrible. So it is what it is with them, but I do enjoy them. They do make the show, so it is what it is when it comes to them. So next week's episode, we're gonna see the whole thing with Wendy play out, right? She's gonna confront Giselle. I don't know what happened. I'm assuming Ashley maybe talked to Wendy and like, oh, do you know what Giselle said? I don't know what it is, but it does seem interesting, so I'm here for it. One more thing. Robin, right? Mia picked a room and Robin was like, oh, Mia, can you move downstairs? That was so rude. And Mia, why did you agree to that? If I was Mia, I'd be like, hell no. Like, Robin didn't even say please, right? She didn't even be like, oh, I want to be near Giselle. So it's just so. Like, Robin, you're so annoying. Why would you do that? That's absolutely rude and immature. And this is why. Like, I want to like Robin. I like Giselle too, right? I want to like them, but they're so cliquish and immature. They really are mean girls. And Mia, I guess Mia is a flip-flopper, right? Mia wants to be on the show. So I feel like Mia just went along with it to kind of kiss their butt a little bit. She didn't want drama. And I guess, like, who wants to be near Giselle anyways, right? Let them have their stupid room. They're in a beautiful house, right? President Obama stayed there, so I, I think apparently all the rooms are like master suites, so I guess there's no point complaining about which room is which because they're all nice. But that was just messed up by Robin. Anyways, that's everything. See ya, guys.